Downtown, I got that heat, let's go. Welcome to episode 145. Thank you, Alban, for joining me. We've got another special guest. We got Mr. O'Neill coming to hang out with us. Thank you for hanging out with us, coming to the rave. Coming to the hangout.
I'm alive. No one's seen me in forever, and I'm here. I'm alive, and I feel like I've just going to a music festival or going to a rave, getting ready to. I was bouncing around my office going, yeah, shout, come on, let's go, come on. And then realized that no one can see me, no one can hear me, and I was alone.
Yeah, you're looking like a fool, like normal. Yeah, you haven't been around a while. And I mean, even for me, who is a friend of yours on Telegram, we've not seen you. You've been so busy ever since you changed jobs. You just a busy man. But thanks for coming and hanging out with us today, catching up, and we'll talk. Because I felt like I hit you up when I was thinking about what this topic was going to be. I felt like I needed, because I'm not too smart of a fella. I'm just a common guy. But if I needed someone to be a little smarter than me on a panel, give y'all a little bit of them smarts about them computers, and try to get some learning on. Oh, look at Cobra up in the house.
Oh dear God.
So yeah. So we got Alban gets mad when I don't say hi to everybody.
Yeah, you guys, and I can't, and you could only just say hi to like 4 people or something. I might not be able to tell because I don't have my the window open, you know.
Because
so
he's still in
I'm-
YouTube trouble.
yeah, they hate me. They just hate me.
It is because
So-
you're a racist. I
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
probably
it's what
was.
it's got to be. It's got to be that, you know.
I don't know how you're gonna be able to get your account, but that seems crazy they kept you out this long. So, but we got Steve Franklin has jumped in. He was in here early, an hour early. So Heel was here early. Thanks for hanging with us. Canuck Gal, she's come jumping in, hanging with us. Mandy, my dear Mandy's hanging with us. Eddie and Red hanging with us. Michael, thank you for hanging out with us. Monkey 28 jumped in early on the chat. Lou Flores, he jumped in on the chat early. Brown Walker jumped in early. So nice to have them in the chat. Mandy, the other Mandy, that always watches us. She watches on a regular. It's Mint. Thanks. Nice to see him. It's Mint.
What's up? Thank you.
Let's see. Yeah, you got to say thank you to that one. Luis Perez is hanging with us, and nice to have him hanging with us. Tadao hanging with us. So thanks for hanging with us. Josh, who is from my Streaming Matters Telegram group, you probably saw that. Elias, thank you for hanging with us. Mr. Carl hanging with us, of course. He was kicking it with the rave. Penn hanging with us. Nice to see him. Dead Man Walking. Him to Professor Penn. Dead Man Walking's hanging with us today. We've gotten him. He's pretty regular on a show. We got Cobra. Thank you for hanging with us, Cobra. Nice to see you. Hit me up. Hitting up Cobra. I've known Cobra a long time, right, Carl? We've known Cobra a long time. And hitting him up is like telegraph, like you using the telegraph to get to somebody. I send a message to him, and I might not hear from his ass for 6 months, and then he'll hit me up for 2 or 3 messages, and then I don't hear from him for another 6 months. But old friend of ours, So nice to see you around, Cobra. Glad to see you're still hanging with us. DJ's hanging in the side chat. Nice to be with you. Elthros. Nice to be hanging. Nice to be hanging around with us. Shrinking Sharon. I was on her show this morning. Thanks for having me this morning. And Bama Fan. Nice for you to be hanging with us. DJ Themes. I didn't say hi to him.
So said hello to Michael. Yeah. Michael's here as well.
Michael. I saw Michael. Motorman 84 also in there. I actually did a video on something for him on my other show. So we'll talk about that later in the show. Jim, C-Man. Hey. Nice to see you guys. So nice for everyone. Mark, thanks for hanging out with us. So thanks for hanging and coming with us on our Friday evenings. Grab yourself a beer. We're going to talk about some different tech and let you get some information, and you do with what you want on that with that information. So one of the things I don't know if you guys saw, if everybody noticed it, about VPNs. Hey, Flick Chick, Fire Sticks. I actually hit up Tanya. Tanya can jump in on anytime if she wants to jump in the show. She has her own YouTube show, or own YouTube channel, much bigger than mine. So if I told her anytime she wants to come on the show, you guys know her from Fire TV Sticks. She has her own YouTube channel and website. Does a great job on that. So hopefully one day she's able to come and join us on the show and share some information. Kenneth, what's up, bud? What's up? So lots of things going on. So we're talking about VPNs, and that's going to be our first topic. It's going to be the meat of our show, I think. And we'll talk about some of the other topics, and you guys could see in the show details of some of the other topics that I thought we would touch on. But VPNs, why do people have VPNs? The first thing I think of a VPN, I think for the UK folks, you guys need a VPN a lot of times to see certain content because of blocks, right? A lot of ISP blocks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We live in a state where our ISPs want to know what we're doing. They want to control what we're doing and take away the freedom of the internet.
Yeah. So a lot of times, most of my UK friends all use a VPN, and it's usually to bypass or to get around certain geo-blocks for certain countries and stuff. So that's the reason why they use it. So different people use VPNs, and what a VPN does in a nutshell for anybody that may not know what a VPN is basically it hides your internet address, your internet location. It hides where you are and who you are and where you travel amongst whatever websites you go to. It hides that. So you connect to a VPN because you don't want to be tracked. Maybe they have pop-up blockers via the VPN. You don't want a log of where all the websites you've been to, or you don't want it reported back to your ISP. So people tend to use it because they want to trust it to hide behind something, or I don't want to say hide behind, but just cover your tracks in amongst wherever you're going. So I read an article, and shout out to Nature Man who posted this in Streaming Matters room. And hey, if either one of you two want to jump in at any points, let me know. But I'm going to share this thing here. I see DJ's in on. I'll add him in there. So, hey DJ, welcome. So
how you doing, Todd? Sorry.
Doing well. No, doing well. So this is an article written by restoreprivacy.com. And what we're going to, when we talk about this stuff, none of us are experts. Obviously, O'Neill is way more of an expert in this field than either one of us three down here, the other parts of the chat. But but the thing is that this information, I'm hoping that people listen to this information, look into it, and then do your own research to see how this may impact you and how you might want to react to it, or how you might want to take the next step. You may not be worried about it, or it may throw all kinds of red flags to you. So again, restoreprivacy.com is a website that's been around for a while. I have used it numerous times to give ratings for VPNs. Like it gave ratings and gave pros and cons to each VPN. They had a whole list. Tell you what they're good at and what they're not so good at, so that you could make an informed decision about a VPN. And I like that. They weren't there to sell it. They were just saying pros and cons. And again, you decide. So former malware distributor KAPE Technologies now owns ExpressVPN, CyberGhost, which is a VPN service, Private Internet Access, or otherwise known as PIA, ZenMate, and a collection of VPN review sites. So we're talking about KAPE, which used to be a company called CrossRider, and they created malware. So to give again and I don't need to try to make it confusing, but for people that don't understand what malware is. So malware is software that may be installed on your phone, computer, or your Apple device without your permission or without your knowledge of what it was doing, and it gives you those pop-ups, those redirects. If you've ever had your homepage changed or your search engine changed, or whenever you go somewhere, whenever you turn on your computer, it opens up a new hey, buy this or install this or go here. That's malware. So it's not actually a virus. It's basically a sales pitch. It's a way to try to get into your pocket to get you to buy something, or go to a website. And that's what malware is. So the former owner of a malware distributing company, which created the malware, bundled it together, sold it to clients, now owns 4 VPN services. And this article does a phenomenal job of kind of breaking it down step by step by step. Let me try to make this a little bit, if I can make this a little bit bigger. Goes through the article talking about it. KAPE, former CrossRider, was a distributor of malware and adware. The people behind CrossRider, and these are what the article is going to go into talking about. CrossRider begins purchasing VPN services, then changes the name to KAPE Technologies. KAPE purchases a collection of VPN review websites and then changes the rankings. The future of KAPE's VPN ventures. So again, the background on this, it started, I want to say 2012. I think I saw the earliest part was 2012 or 2010 when they first started. CrossRider was bundling the malware, and it went on through 2019, that they, even up in August 2019, this malware was still active. And this malware is being installed. And it says here, it was a browser hijacking. targeted Internet Explorer, Firefox, Chrome, and sometimes Opera. And CrossRider not only targeted Windows machines, but Macs as well. And they, again, just sales pitch, selling stuff, or possibly selling your information of where you went because it's a software. The person behind it, KAPE, is Teddy Sagi, an Israeli billionaire who's previously spent jail time for insider trading. Sagi earned much of his wealth from a gambling web company called Playtech. Sagi acquires KAPE Technologies in 2012 and led it to be a major player in the malware and adware industry. So we've got a guy that ran a malware company and then gets into deciding that he wants to jump into the VPN business. I don't know. Again, VPN services is about trust. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think about, of the VPN? Maybe Carl can explain more of how a VPN doesn't have your basic permissions that another software would be installed actually does.
Yeah, sure. So,
yeah.
So you explained the VPN quite eloquently. It essentially does mask your internet connection when you're browsing the internet, right? So we in the UK, we have a number of services that like to look at what traffic we're doing, and they like to tell us that we can't go on certain websites and, try and impose restrictions on what we're doing. So we run a VPN and essentially change our entry point to the internet that was originally our broadband ISP to be something else. So we appear as the VPN provider's entry point to the internet, and suddenly we're past all of the restrictions. In order to get access to a VPN, you genuinely have to install their software. Okay, so you go on their website, you buy their plan at a couple of quid a month or whatever it is, and it gives you this really easy to install piece of software that you click install and it does everything for you, and then it just literally asks you to enter your username and password. Really simple, right? But what you don't know what it's doing in the background is in order to do that, it has to create new network connections, which is a software driven network connection to send all of your internet traffic up. It has to adjust your computer's routing tables to say, well, don't send it this way, send the traffic this way instead. So in order to do that, it has to have real high level administrative access to your PC. So the worrying thing here, and this is where this whole problem's coming around, is there's a number of issues here. The first one is that you're installing software to your PC to change your level of internet, right? That's okay. What if that company then turns around and says, you know what, we want to install something else. We want to impose you to use our browser. We want you to use our pop-up blocker. We want you to use our plugin in our browser. Well, what's that then doing? Is that taking abstract information from who's using it? Is it taking metadata from who's using it, such as analytical data, what country they're from? Is it telling you how long you're connected, what type of websites you're visiting and browsing? And all this kind of stuff is key to businesses. They want data. They want to understand their visitors. They want to understand how people are using their service,
so that they can tailor it to bring in more, or keep you there longer, or to keep you there longer. I mean,
keep you there longer. They want to understand what you're doing, and they want to sell you more, and they want to upsell you more, and they want to do things more. So you've given permissions to a company that has background, people that ran it from a nefarious task. You're using a VPN because you want to bypass something and you trust something. Suddenly you're giving your money and your trust to a company that unfortunately in the past hasn't done everything to deserve your trust, but people do change and people are entitled to change.
Yes, they could have yes, he could have turned the leaf and said, you know what, I seen the light, Jesus shined down on me and I saw the light. I
exactly.
Changed my way.
This guy was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and did something without an agreement and suddenly got done for it, and because there was no written contract, he then got sued or whatever, but there's all these different things. But you're essentially giving your control to someone to do those things. But then there's also the other side of it as well, is, well, what data are they storing on me? Are they tracking me? Are they looking at my internet access? Are they really being as transparent as they say they are? Are they really not recording my data? And when you look at social media, right? And social media is the easiest thing for me to circle back to. Look at Facebook, right? Look at the people that use Facebook. You share all the information about you on Facebook. Facebook collect that information and they use that to tailor ads to you, for you, in the hope that you'll spend money and make money to then give to Facebook. And that's how Facebook works. It's an advertising company.
It's their business model.
It's their business model, right? So VPN providers, you're putting all of your traffic through a VPN provider. Who's to say that they're not doing something with your traffic to just understand a little bit about you as a user, what type of trends you're doing, to see whether there's something that they can make from it? I mean, we look at this article here, right? So KAPE purchased PIA for $127 million, right? $127 million. Sounds like a lot of money. Now look at 2021 and see how much they paid for ExpressVPN. They paid $936 million for a company, for a VPN company. Why would they do that? They don't need the money. They've just spent $936 million to buy a company. They've got the money, clearly. So what are they doing it for? They must be doing it to get your data, to do something with the data, to be able to sell something. And, me, tinfoil hat, I'm putting it on and I'm going, I'm a bit worried about that. I'm a bit unsure about giving my data trends to someone that unfortunately has got a bit of a bad background on the internet and might do something with it, sell it to someone else. I don't want him knowing that I'm going on Pornhub and looking for, big birds locally that are, bored, or me going on OnlyFans and, browsing for birds that live 5 miles up the road, or I'm on Amazon searching for flashlights, or,
now we're going down a bad road. We're going down a bad road.
But that's the type of information that every time you start your VPN and you start doing anything on the internet, that data has to be recorded somewhere. It has to be tracked somewhere. And VPN companies, they do claim to not keep information. But how do they...
no logs is what it's called.
They're called no logs. They don't store any logs. But how do they make money from you? How do they understand when you're having a problem? So how do they know that there's a problem with the service? How do they know that the service isn't working properly, isn't reacting in the way it is? They have to be collecting some data. And so I'm just a little bit skeptical about, wow, they've spent a lot of money here. They really didn't.
How are you going to get that money back? How are you get the money back?
You've got a 3-5 year plan. You've got to make money.
And this was a part of this article. And again, we're not telling you don't have any of these VPNs. You decide what works for you, but it's just a little unnerving when you think about it. And it's like, and again, the tinfoil hat kind of thing. But the thing is, it's like, why do they buy these companies? Number one, a company that had their history, maybe they turned a new leaf and then they decided to get in the VPN business. Because I told our group years ago when VPNs first started, when it got more popular, I said, VPNs is where you need to put your money. This was when we first started talking about how, back like when TVA was still around. And I remember when it first started, kind of people talking about it more, and I was like, VPNs is where it's going to be at. And you and I talked about it, and you're like, the cost of running a VPN is not cheap, and talked about those things. But then you get to this part here where KAPE purchases VPN review sites. They buy, it's like 3 of them. 2 of them are major sites for $115 million. And right away change the top rankings for this review site. The top 3 all of a sudden are the same on both sites, and they happen to be the ones that they own. So to me, there's right there. That tells me that I can't trust you as a company because you're already being shady, because you can't be honest and tell me that Surfshark wasn't better or in second or in third. I mean, even if it fell in third, but you're going to tell me that on both websites, independent websites, they're the same exact ranking on both sites, and they just happen to be the companies you own. So there's a flag to me that says you're already not being upright and honest, because you can't promote another service on one of your ranking sites to say, hey, Shark Surf or Nord. Let's say Nord. Nord's massively popular, or IP Vanish, or any of these other ones we've heard of over and over. You're going to tell me that none of them made the top 3 on either site, which are supposed to be independent? So it's like you're being shady, because you're going to change your websites to promote your product. What other things are you going to do to promote your product and to help your bottom line? Because look at here, this is 1.6 million visitors a month. 1.6 million visitors to those 2 websites, the VPN Mentor and WizCase.com.
Think about the data that you're collecting for those visitors, because every time you access a website, you know their originating IP address, you know the browser that they're using, you know the operating system that they're using, and if you've got your logs configured correctly or using Google Analytics, you can tell where they've come from. So you've suddenly got a whole bigger picture about that person that's just visited your website. And then when they want to go and buy ExpressVPN, they get an affiliate link as well. So they're making even more money.
Yeah. And then they link it right into then they're on your PC or your device.
Buying 3 websites for $150 million is all about data and all about traffic driving and being able to adjust your perception on something. You don't do that unless you've got a plan. And that plan is to make money and store data and understand the visitors that come to your platform. That has to be the only way to do it.
Yeah, you're in the wrong business, Carl.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just, to me, it's this article, and I will post it over here in the side chat. You guys read it, go to it. Don't take my word for it. Click on the links that it takes you to the place. Read the articles independently, do your own research. But the places that it's going, and the direction that they're going with this particular. The people behind the VPN, why are they behind it? Now they're into review sites. So I'm like, I can't trust. How can I trust you? You're already going to be shady as hell. And now I got to trust you by giving you access as my VPN to hide who I am. Wait a minute. You already are, it's complete. I don't know. I feel BS. Now, not everybody would, but
playing devil's advocate, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned the cost of a VPN service, right?
Yeah.
So there is the other side to it. Maybe Express were in trouble. Maybe CyberGhost and PIA were in trouble, and they didn't have the capital to be able to support the growing demand of the network that people wanted to, protect their privacy online. And I have to look at this both sides, right? Because I've given my tinfoil hat. Now I'm going to look at my technical side of it and be like, well, actually, maybe they couldn't afford it. So instead of shutting down, they went to the market and said, hey, is there anyone out there that wants to buy us? Because, we're a great service. We offer people the ability to hide themselves on the internet. We're very quick. And, we have so many active users. Would anyone like to buy us because we're thinking about going under, or we're not doing as well as we thought, or we've lost investment, or we've lost this, or we've lost that? Would anyone? And they go, yeah, actually, we want to buy you because we've got the money. We can then invest in the technology and we can make it work. Because, a VPN service, right? It's very expensive to run. You have to have servers in pretty much every country that has an internet connection, and these servers are not small servers. They're not cheap. They're not really small VPSs. These are big servers with large data connection links to the internet. They're very fast, high latent, support all the latest technologies. So they support WireGuard, they support L2TP, IPsec, FreeSWAN. They have to support all of this stuff, and then the company has to manage it. They have to be able to set them up, and then if it fails, they have to be able to replace it very quickly. And all of this stuff costs time and money and is expensive. And maybe KAPE are the only ones that can do it because they have an abundance of money behind them, because they have good investment, they have a good business model, they have this, they have that. And, we don't know what their business model is. We don't know if it is purely just to extract data and sell data. It could be just that they do want to make the world a better place because they've been on the other side and they've been dodgy and now they want to do right. But it's very expensive. And so, maybe these companies were struggling to support them financially. We've seen websites in Kodi and streaming sites where they've offered services for free. They've offered people the ability to upload videos for free, and then suddenly they've become a victim of their own success. They've not been able to sustain it, and they failed 12 months later because of they're so popular. And that's entirely possible that, on the other side of the coin, this is what's happened here. And maybe it's a good thing. Maybe they will improve the service. The idea behind having a good VPN is about a couple of things. One, it works, right? You want to be able to very easily connect to your VPN. Two, you want to make sure that it is actually getting around the blocks and the services in place that you're using it to get around. So if you're on Sky or you're on BT and you want to go and look at a website that only you want to look at, but you don't want to turn it all off so that everyone in your house and your 10-year-old kid can go and have a look at, Paddy Power or Pornhub or something like that. So you run a VPN on your machine to get around it. But you also want it to be fast. You don't want your speeds to be interrupted. We're not dial-up anymore. We've got connections of 1 gigabit per second upwards. So we want our connections to be fast. And VPNs, when they're not well maintained or they don't have the support of a company with deep pockets, your broadband speeds will be impacted massively because you're connecting to a slower service that can't sustain your speed. So, those are the good things about a VPN, is that you want someone that is, I want this speed, I want this speed, I want this speed, and there is. Then there's also the whack-a-mole game that they play with the streaming site. So I was talking to you and Albin before we came on here about the place that I know, and I know a bit about this from an inside perspective. I'm not going to say who they are, but I have a little bit of an inside perspective. And I know that they have a team of 30 people that sit there and test access to Netflix, BBC iPlayer, and all of these geo-balance services that want to prevent you from accessing services from outside of the region that you're in. So the BBC, you're only supposed to be able to access BBC iPlayer from the UK. Anyone else, get lost. But they sit there and they work on ways to try and bypass those blocks. And they do the same with Netflix, so that when I'm in the UK, I can access the American Netflix and get better content. Right. But the streaming sites don't like it. You're breaking their service, and so they're stopping it. But you can only do that with investment. People are paying for that.
Well, and I think Next Level has a point on the investment part of it. Express has 3 million subscribers. He says that's a decent passive income for sales alone. That's true. Express is not a small VPN service. It was one of the big ones. So you're already talking that there is a lot of money that can be made from your 3 million subscribers. Now, how many of those people will leave them when they hear of who your owner is? I don't know that percentage, but I guarantee there'll be some percentage that will leave once they have some knowledge, because most people sign up to something, they never look back. I mean, that's just human nature for subscriptions. But then there is the cost of each of these services, as you're saying there, Carl. There is a large cost to run in a VPN. It's not a cheap business to get into. I mean, there's money to be made, but you can't do it cheap wise, because if you do it cheap, you're going to have crappy speed, crappy service, and guess what? You're going to lose customers. So the 3 million is a great number, but it's worrisome when you talk. What was he? $900 million vested for that one company. So yeah, it's got 3 million subscribers. So if every subscriber gave them, what's it, $6?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if every subscriber gave them $6, would it be $6 or would it be $600? It'd be $600. No, six. That'd be three. That'd be 18 million. No, you'd need it. It'd have to be. It had to be 300. It had each of your 3 million subscribers. Here's my math. A little late. So that would be $300 per subscriber to get to 900 million, right? So I don't know, but well, we'll leave those numbers because I don't know. But I'm just saying that it makes you wonder how are they going to make their money? Where are they going to make their money? And to me, it's about the trust. Do you trust that they've moved past that other stuff to make their money? To me, the changing the websites already tells me that
Well, I was just doing numbers while you were talking there, because I'm terrible with numbers, especially when you start adding more than 2 zeros on. I get confused. So 960 million, right? Dollars, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I actually did it at 950 just to round it up. With 3 million subscribers, in order for that company to have broken even, each user has to give them $316.
Yeah, and not counting the cost of the VPN itself for because it's got operation costs.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's a big number. So again, it goes back to, it could be investment. Maybe they're going to do that, and they're thinking the VPN market is going to continue to grow, and we'll sell it for a profit. Which companies do that. They buy companies as the market's moving up, and then they're going to get a higher price. Same thing people do with houses. Housing market's going up. You buy a house for $150,000. Market goes up. You sell it for $200,000. Boom! You just pocketed extra money. So
and we're in the right place to do it because we were bad. We did naughty things. Now we're doing good things. We're turning the business round. This is what we're deciding to do. We're trying to invest. You should trust us because we're people that did bad things. I'm a bit not sure about that.
This article here was about CrossRider. This was in 2019, August of 2019. CrossRider still had adware. Its adware was still causing issues on the internet with Mac devices in 2019. So even well after they they were in the VPN market, their software was still causing issues on devices. So that was that article there. From the Wacky Machine. This is the Internet Archive. Edward Snowden, he actually even tweeted on this. He says, if you're an ExpressVPN customer, you shouldn't be. I mean, and again, speaking of tinfoil hats, we know Ed Snowden, and anybody knows him, he was a whistleblower, gave all kinds. You can believe what he says or not. I mean, I know that he's kind of gotten his own fame out of all of this stuff, but he is saying, hey, you better be aware of this stuff. You can go through and look him up on Twitter. One of the things that we looked up, and it's noted in the first article in the Restore Privacy, is information about a person that they put into is Chief Operations Officer. They made this person the Chief Operations Officer. And Express had to write a big note of the PC Magazine. Now, this comes from PCMag.com. ExpressVPN CIO helped United Arab Emirates hack into phones and computers. And again, this is just, you can look this stuff up yourself. This was written September. So September 15th, this was written. Chief Operations Officer of ExpressVPN once helped the United Arab Emirates orchestrate a massive cyber spying campaign on computers across the globe. According to the Justice Department, which he was not the ExpressVPN CIO at the time, this was previous, Daniel and other workers others worked as hackers for hire for the UAE to develop zero-click attacks capable of breaking into internet accounts and devices across those in the U.S. Goes through the article, talks about how the cyber spying he was able to. He was hired to do these things, and he went through and did it, breaking laws, but doing it for the sake of the Almighty God, doing it for whoever he's working for. And now this guy is the CIO of ExpressVPN. So we talk about trust, and I was talking about people's history. People do change, but this guy is, what's it, 2019. It says here, however, by offering their hacking expertise to foreign countries from 2016 to 2019, the trio broke U.S. export controls, which required them to obtain a license from the State Department to provide such services. So they were basically like it says in here, hackers for hire, doing their own thing. Now, this is the guy you put in as the Express Chief Operations Officer for ExpressVPN. It just, tinfoil hats. It's like, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to trust you. You've already got a shady background. And yeah, you work for the highest paid gun. And maybe now that you're working for Express, you're only going to work for the benefit of Express. But what's the benefit of Express? It makes me worry, because that'd be the bottom line. That is your board of your controlling board when you have to turn in for your stock, your board of directors. If you're looking out just for them, that's going to be bottom line money. And how are you going to make money? So this article goes into about him being the chief operations officer, which was, I don't know, very concerning to me. Thinking, damn, you putting some shady people in leadership roles. And again, read this up on yourself. This is from PC Mag. So you can read it. It's UK PC Mag. You can read through that and to decide. One of the things I saw someone post about a couple things, and I'll give it back to the board here. One of the things about Restore Privacy is they do reviews, and they have a ranking system and what is good and bad. It has rankings of what, and they didn't get rid of ExpressVPN. It's still in their rankings, but they also have, you see Nord and Surfshark in there. Mm-hmm. You see those other things in there. And I saw somebody posted in the side chat or one of the comments, which was, let me copy this. Let me throw it over here. And then, let me throw this, paste this in here, which is another VPN chart. This chart here gives you a ranking system that this website does. So if you're going to have a VPN, do some research, because it is, and I do like that you can see where they have different rankings for different parts of that VPN, what's good and bad about it. So I will also put this in the show notes so that you guys can check out some of these other websites. So, all right, sorry, go ahead, you guys go. But I just feel like it makes me nervous. Some of this stuff it makes me nervous. Alban or DJ, I think you guys. I'm sorry, Carl and me didn't.
No, you've been yapping. Hey, I've been happy to be able to keep my mouth shut, not have to say anything. Got 2 yappers in. It's great.
2 yappas. Listen to it. Oh, it's 2 yappas. And there is ways you can run your own VPN off of. There is other ways about doing your own VPN, or ad blockers. There is, but that's not. Majority of people are not going to do it.
I don't use a popular VPN. I use an open.
Yep.
GU.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn.
I see you liking Vivaldi browser then, Tom.
Oh yeah. me too. I really like it too.
Let's see. You got people that like the open VPN. So I don't know. I just, to me, it is very concerning, especially for people that are trying to. If you're just trying to get around a geo-block, fine. If that's the only concern, then that's then all this is just dust in the wind to you. You don't even care. But if you're a person that's like, I'm trying to, I want some protections of tracking me, and doing those kind of things.
OpenVPN though is just the software that's in use. It's not a company. So OpenVPN is a server-based and client-based VPN technology. So I mean, we run OpenVPN at our work for our inter-office communications. So when I'm at home and I need to talk to one of my servers in X country, I use OpenVPN and connect to an OpenVPN server, and it just works. It's not a company that provides a VPN service. They just provide the VPN server technology that we pay a license to, and I can use either the OpenVPN client, or I can use one of the other clients out there that supports OpenVPN technology. So actually on my Mac, I use TunnelBlick. TunnelBlick is my preferred OpenVPN client, but I could also use the OpenVPN binary on my Raspberry Pi, which I have done in the past. I've talked about this many times with people, that would automatically connect the moment I want to go to a specific site. It will just immediately connect for me. But OpenVPN is just software that's already configured and does it for you. It's not a company like Express or Surfshark or anything like that. So it is just the technology that you're connecting to.
Yeah. That's what I use. That's what I use, Carl. And like I say, I pay for a separate service for me VPN, but they don't actually supply you with the software.
So they give you the OVPN config file, and you load it into your client of choice, which will be either the OVPN GUI or TunnelBlick or what's the other popular Windows one? There's a Windows one which is pretty good. My guys at work use it, but you just import it, and a lot of the clients of today, the non-branded client, company client, will allow you to import OpenVPN configs, because it is essentially I'm guessing it's the de facto standard these days. OVPN is like the number one VPN server software that is in use. I mean, these companies, even though they sell VPN services like Express, Surfshark, CyberGhost, Nord, all of them, they actually do have support for OpenVPN. So private internet access, the reason I went with PIA back in the year dot was because they ship, and they still do ship, OVPN client configs. So I don't have to use their thing. I just use my own. And the techie in me allows that to work, but it works well.
Well, that's a good thing about the config, isn't it? I can actually stick that config file on my router as well.
Yes, so certain routers these days have OpenVPN technology built into it as a client, and you can just make it work. Netgear and D-Link are doing that, and TP-Link also have it as well. You just literally dump the config file. It's about 10 lines. Dump it into the GUI, and suddenly it works.
And Donnie's says, I have no clue what they're talking about. So, and I again, we've kind of moved to more of a advanced class in some of this. And again, when we got Carl on the board, Carl's knowledge of what this is and how a lot of networking works is way past any of us.
Yeah.
So what he does.
24-year plus Linux systems administrator for very big companies. I know a couple of things.
So, but to narrow down, I mean, he can do more complicated or more steps on some of his VPN stuff. But again, take a look at some of these sites. I would do the Restore Privacy website. Again, I don't have an affiliate link, so I'm not making any money off of it. Read, if you're interested in a VPN, in a VPN, you feel like you need a VPN for whatever reasons. You know why you want a VPN. So everybody wants them for different reasons. So whatever you want a VPN for, go to Restore Privacy. Go to and read the rankings and the ratings and the reviews that they have. I just scrolled through it while Carl was talking. It's not hard to read. Price, pros, cons, how many connections, that kind of simple stuff. And you can set up and decide, hey, that's the VPN that's probably going to work better for me. That's going to give me the protection I want for the reasons I want it. But there's VPNs, there's lots of ways you can configure and lots of steps you can go. Some simple as installing IPVanish, and some is more steps into, as Carl says, dropping some lines on your modem or your router and creating it that way. So different levels for different people. And I know that sometimes it gets a little confusing. I saw this question: Real-Debrid supposed to have a VPN. It doesn't have a VPN now. If I'm not mistaken, Premiumized had a VPN service. I'm not sure how good it was. The benefit for us in what our streaming community, when we talk about Real-Debrid using it as a VPN, you're really not using it as a VPN. You're using it to hide the content that you're watching off of Real-Debrid, or because when you connect to Real-Debrid via a secure connection, only you and Real-Debrid know what you got, what content you're watching or streaming or download. They only know, you and them. And that's when we talk about, it's kind of a way of using this VPN. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like you say, Real-Debrid is their server. That's the VPN, their server.
Yeah. So I know that in the past, one of the videos I said, you didn't necessarily need a VPN when I talked about torrents. And I said, you don't necessarily need to get a VPN just to torrent. Let Real-Debrid be your VPN, which meant let Real-Debrid get the content via their hosting contracts or on one of their servers, and then you get it from them so that you're not connecting to a torrent. And I was trying to simplify it so that people could kind of wrap their head around it. So that was why I said you kind of use them as your VPN, but they're not technically a VPN. They're not your connect to them and then you're going to go to whatever midgetporn.com. No, you're not doing it that way. So that's where I've talked about it in the past about using a VPN.
Just asking for a friend. What was that URL you just said? Midget, what was it?
Yeah, that sounds just about your way. Like a guy I work with, he's like, he's all about that. He says it's all about the little hands. Little hands.
6 foot 4 tall. I don't think I'd be interested in midgets. They're at least.
I know they're like this.
They're like tiny little things. I'd tower over and be like, "Hi."
So, all right. So I will post. I don't know if you guys, before we move on to any other topics, because we beat a dead horse on this. I'm not sure. I'll let the panel, if you guys have anything else to talk about this. I think we've kind of hit on all the high points that I had written down about some things to pay attention to. Not telling you to get rid of any of the IPTV services or any of the VPNs that we've talked about. Just if it's something that you may want to think about or not think about, just throwing the information out there. DJ, anything you want to add to our topics here on this?
No, it's like say people always ask what's the best service. Well, the best service is the one that you choose yourself, and always look at the info, always look at the feedback, and don't always look at the very first few lines of feedback. Delve into the feedback, because you can guarantee the top few lines will always say the best service in the world. Excellent. Wish I'd got it years ago. Yeah. just go back a few pages and just read the feedback further back. And that's the only advice. And like I said, only use it when you really have to use it. I'm like Carl. I'm in the UK. We get stuff blocked by our ISP providers. I only use a VPN when I really have to use a VPN. I don't use one on my NVIDIA Shield. I only use it on my PC. And 9 times out of 10, that's when I'm looking for software on torrent sites.
Yeah. My bank gave away a VPN, so I'm with NatWest, and they were like,
"Oh yeah,
you go have a VPN." I was like, "Okay." I mean, I don't need one, but thanks.
Is that these days? Remember Auburn back in the day used to give a toaster, or your bank would give you a toaster or something like that. So now your banks are giving you a VPN.
Yeah, I got my Atari 800.
I think I think I was offered that, Carl, because like I say, I'm with a NatWest myself, and I think I was offered that.
They just go, here's malware bytes. Have this. It's like, thanks. Why do I need that? But it's because, you know, attacks these days are so sophisticated. You know, we trust everything that comes in front of us. We trust the adverts that we see, and you've got I mean, you go on Facebook and you go on Google and you see adverts for this, that, and the other, and you immediately trust it because it's in front of you. And why would Google lie to you? Why would Facebook lie to you? You know, and all these types of things. And it's clear that there are sophisticated attacks that will dupe you into believing that, you know, Martin Lewis of Money Saving Expert or whatever believes that Dogecoin is the next popular Bitcoin. He doesn't actually believe that, but they put his picture on there and suddenly you believe it. And then you start putting in your personal details, and then you get scammed on emails, and then you get this and you get that. They start taking data about you. When you're on the internet, your visits, your activity gives companies so much information, right, about you, and they use that information to tailor the adverts and to understand who's buying from them. You know, I mean, it's very clear. Everyone that's on the live chat right now, I'm pretty sure that 80% of you have got a VPN, right? Sorry, not a VPN, I've got Facebook, apologies. 80% of you, 90% of you got a Facebook. Open up your Facebook browser, go onto Facebook on your phone or on your browser, right? And then go on to Google and search for a pair of shoes, right? Just go and Google pair of shoes. Go back to Facebook. I guarantee you within 5 minutes, you'll see adverts for shoes. Because your data's being tracked as you traverse different websites. And so these companies extract all this information about you, and they share it and they sell it to other people to make the services better for them. VPNs, they don't always get around that because it's your browser that's storing that connection. But what it does do is it doesn't tell you what country you're from, because you can't trust it. You can't trust where they're based, you know. So I use my VPN. My VPN says I'm based in Guatemala or something. I'm not actually there at all. I'm sat here in my office in the UK. But my internet traffic says I'm coming from a different place, and then suddenly it skews their metrics up. It changes the way that they look at their spread of data, and it confuses them, and they can't sell it. It's not realistic data. And then suddenly, because it's coming from a VPN provider and they see it's from a VPN provider, they remove it from their statistics and they don't track it, and it's then worthless information. But, you know, this is what happens when you browse the internet. The internet is free. It is open. It's for you to do anything you want, unless you're doing something that your ISP doesn't want you to look at. They know they don't want you to browse certain things. And they do that because they want to protect the people that are in your household. They don't know that you live alone and that you like to look at porn. They presume that you're a family. Because, you know, the average in the world is 2.4 children, right? So they presume that by instilling privacy protection in place on their edge system, it stops you from looking at those websites, that they're safeguarding the children in your house. What you're not going to do is then go onto their system or phone their technical support and be like, yeah, hi, can you remove the porn block for me, please? I just fancy having a look, see what's out there. You know what I mean? You're not gonna do that. So you're going to use a VPN. Anyway, I've said enough. I'm not going to bore anyone else now.
Alban, any thoughts you have on this one, bud?
No, you guys really covered it all. The only thing maybe I might have for O'Neill is how do you feel about hardware firewalls?
I mean, they're fantastic, but I don't like having a hardware firewall that does everything. So a UTM device. If I'm putting all of my eggs into one basket, suddenly and I'm doing lots of traffic. I mean, from a personal perspective, they're absolutely fine. From a business perspective, I would never use a hardware firewall that does everything. I want individual services doing different things.
Okay.
But yes, hardware firewalls like Cisco, WatchGuard, those types of things, they're fantastic. They're very expensive. From a business perspective, Sonic got a Sonic wall, all those.
Yeah, Sonic wall. I have a Sonic wall.
They're fantastic. They're really good. They're just expensive for the average home user.
Well, that was an airplane flight that passed over the house one day.
The average home user is a good buy.
I didn't want to hear about you and your you and me are still mad about the last thing that flew over your house. And
I know. I'm sorry. Hey.
So all right. So the next topic I was going to throw out there, because we've talked about this, is Locast. Locast, which I've done videos on, I have touted about how well that I enjoy their content, or the content they provided, giving you free local. Another judge hits them again with you're gonna still you're permanently barred. It does have an appeal that they're able to do. One of the things that I thought was very interesting when I read this article is, however, in late August, Statton cited revenue well in excess of Locast's operating cost, writing, in 2020, Locast made far more money from users charges than was necessary to defray the cost of maintaining and operating its service. So, bottom line, Locast was a nonprofit working as a nonprofit, saying that we're going to do this as a community service. We're going to do this to give over the air. In the US, we have over the air, going to give you over the air for free through the internet. You don't have to have an antenna. And what was very interesting, like I said, the judge saying Locast made far more money from the users than what was necessary to defray the cost of maintaining operations or the services. So maybe they were using that money, and that's why last year they must have added 6 cities last year, if I'm not mistaken. It was a bunch of cities they added last year. Maybe they were able to do that because they had that extra cash. But it's hard to call yourself a nonprofit when they're able to look at your books and say, whoa, the cost of running it is X, but you made 4X. So I think that I believe Locast is basically going to be done now. I mean, when you see that the judge saying that, I can't see that coming back from it. I think that Locast loses their, hey, we're a nonprofit trying to help the little people. When you look at the profit part, and again, I'm not to say that Locast wasn't reinvesting that money back in. They very well could have been, but it's hard if your company makes. Because we know with even nonprofit companies, a lot of times it's like, oh, we're a nonprofit. Oh, we paid the CEO $6 million, but we're a nonprofit. Well, we just gave the money all to him, so to keep us a nonprofit. So I do think Locast is done. I know that. Well, Carl and DJ never needed it. I don't know. Did you ever try that, Alvin?
Yeah. I checked it out finally, but
I was waiting for someone. I was waiting for someone to bring up the part about the churches. Hey, but the thing is that the churches aren't having to hide, aren't fighting ABC, NBC, CBS to show that you're not a nonprofit. That's where Locast ran into a problem, because they're pushing upstream saying we're a nonprofit so we can show your content. We're a nonprofit. We're showing your content. And so the major networks said, all right, we'll see your books. And when they showed your books, like, maybe you're not struggling like you weren't struggling like you acted like you were. So, so I think that case is, I think we're pretty much seeing Locast. And Locast, what I thought was very interesting when the first judge came down and says, you can't be busting people's balls about the money, the subscriptions, because if you ever had Locast, it would hit you every once in a while with a with an ad, a full ad. Stop your program and you'd be watching, secret, not secret. You'd be watching, what's that one where they're trying to find a wife or a husband? The one my daughter watched all the time.
The 90-day one.
90 Day?
No.
That's
the Pride,
a weird ass TV series.
The Bachelor, the Bachelorette,
Bachelor.
or something like that. So say you're watching, because that's on ABC. So say you're watching the Bachelorette, and then you're like, who's she gonna give the rose to? Who's she gonna? You're getting all worked up, and all of a sudden, boom, Locast will hit up there. Hey, you're still just using it for free.
Yeah.
We sure could use $5. Would you like to give $5? You wouldn't be seeing this ad. Just think about it. $5. Help us. We're a nonprofit, and hit you up, and then. Boom, they go back to the ABC, going back to the Bachelorette. You already see who got the flower. Right. Some guy's crying because he didn't get the flower. And you're like, damn, I missed the whole drama. That's the kind of stuff that happened. So I think that Locast, I think, is when they said that since we can't put the ads in there, we're stopping service. I think they had already wrote off that they weren't gonna fight it, because they're like, you know what? Well, to me, I think you're going to cut your losses, take the money you got, and CEOs and whoever take the money, and you go with that. Since HBO is out of Prime Video channel, again, I'm not an HBO guy, but some of people we know, HBO, if you signed up for HBO via on your Fire Stick, your Cube, or whatever, and you signed up for HBO via their application, because you used to be able to you could sign up for HBO via your Fire Stick through the Prime video channels. You could sign up. It was $15 a month. You could sign up and go with it. Well, HBO and Amazon have broke up. They have had a breakup, and as of September 15th, your HBO will not be part of your Prime Video channels. You can install the HBO Max app or the APK. You can install the HBO Max app, and run via that, but you will have to re-sign up because your payment's going to be stopped. And it says, in all, HBO is expected to lose. Oops, hold on. Dang it, quit it. HBO is expected to lose around 5 million subscribers as part of this move. So basically 5 million people signed up for HBO through the Amazon Prime Video channels. So through the Fire Stick itself, they signed up for HBO. And since this agreement has happened, if you signed up that way, come September 15th, which was, that was 2 days ago. Well, you already know when it's your HBO ain't working no more. You're going to have to re-sign up to HBO and pay for HBO Max.
Now, do you think that there are going to be a lot of people that are just going to drop it because of the content they were just getting on Amazon Prime? That now, by the time that they realize what's happened, because it's not like they're getting any notification, because HBO isn't sending a message out to them, to say, Amazon ain't going to be here for you anymore, but you got to pay more money now if you want to keep HBO.
It's hard. It's hard to know, right? So we've talked about this numerous times. Most people, when they sign up for a subscription, they don't cancel it; they just leave it. That's why people have health, have a gym membership for 20 years and they've never been to the gym.
It's because it's hard to cancel.
Well, yeah, it is hard to cancel. But sometimes
they
people
make them really difficult to cancel.
But people actually have to go and do it. They have to actually go through and put the process.
They're too busy to do that, aren't they? That's why they keep these subscriptions running.
Yep. And so with this, I think the majority of those people will not re-sign up for HBO, because that means they have to go and re-sign up. So of that 5 million, I bet you only 2 million of them people will. Hey, I gotta have my HBO. I gotta have my HBO. Most of them will be like, did I have HBO? Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't miss it that much.
Right.
But I think that it's
but how were they paying for it before? Were they? Was it?
Okay. I think they were paying via. via Amazon. They were paying via
Right.
through Amazon because it's if you signed up via through the Amazon through your Fire Stick has all your information, right?
Right.
Because you got to log in, you got to have that tied to a credit card, right? To have a Prime, or any Fire Stick, Fire Cube. Remember, you got to log in.
Yeah.
You got to have a credit card tied to that. So I wanted HBO. I guarantee you, what it did is when I wanted HBO on my Fire Stick, I clicked it. That charge went to my credit card that was tied to my Amazon. You know what I mean? The card that I have limited. So now Amazon's not going to be that charge that in between. Amazon said that's not us no more.
But
so
I'm just trying to wonder is if Amazon is going to say, oh, okay, everyone that was paying, we're gonna say something to you about.
they're giving them
prorating.
Prorate.
It says prorate, so that means they're only giving you the time you didn't use. So you only use 10 days of it. They're like, all right, we're going to prorate. We're going to give you 20 days back credit because you only used it for 10 days.
Right.
So you're not given nothing. You're just not charged for what you didn't use.
Okay.
So
I'm just trying to see if there was a way that they were going to try to keep charging people for the.
I think Amazon's like,
but they'll send an email or they'll send a notice through the Amazon email system, and it'll never get read, or some people will read it and then they'll re-sign up and whatever, so on and so forth. But there'll be people that won't sign up, and that's why they've come up with that 5 million.
Yeah. And so, well, to me, that 5 million is probably the 5 million that signed up through Amazon. I guarantee that's the number that signed up through Amazon.
Yeah.
So that's why HBO
crazy drop though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that tells you how many. All right. When we've talked about Fire Sticks and cubes and this and that. How many people have those? I mean, though there is a humongous number. And why? It's because it's easy. It's easy. You take and plug the damn thing into your TV. Hey, I got Netflix. I got Hulu. I got whatever that you.
And it cost me $24.
But you're saying though that if a person wants the HBO Plus, that's still going to be available for them.
Yeah, you'll sign up through. You'll have to go to HBO's website.
Right, but I bet you that what they'll do on the Amazon device is say, "Oh, well, you can get this, $5 or $10 cheaper," just to force them into, signing back up for it. And it
says HBO may offer former Amazon subscribers a discount to persuade them to sign up. Now, again, may.
They will.
May.
That's
but
will.
Still, but even if that, I mean, you got to go in. You've got to go to the web. You got to go to the HBO website, sign up for it. Then you got to download, which is available. HBO Max app is available. That app is available through the Amazon Fire devices. You can go to their store and get it.
Right.
But you got to go through those extra steps. Whereas before, boom. Oh, I want HBO. You want to pay for it? Yeah. You probably confirmed it once or twice. You're done.
The user experience has now changed, whereas on the front screen they would promote one of the shows.
Yes.
Here it is. Now it's just an app, and they won't promote the content from that app on your front screen, so you'll miss things that you wouldn't have seen before.
Right.
Yep.
So the whole user experience or the UI of an Amazon Fire Stick is designed to promote Amazon content.
Or things that they're making money on.
Yeah.
It's not necessary because they do Disney. They promote Disney.
They
guarantee you that Disney.
They also promote Netflix as well. So again, it's when there's money that's changing hands, and we'll share some of the content from your app as long as you pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? What was it? Someone says anything that's offered for free, you're the content that's being offered out there or something. I can't remember how it goes, but
if it's free, you're being sold. It's you that's being sold. You are the cost of it.
Yeah. Look at Charles. Hey Charles, I got some black cherry hard ciders if you want some. I actually was thinking. My heart was thinking.
The countdown is how fast you get up the stairs.
All right. So we got that the next topic that I was going to bring up is Odyssey. So I think I talked about it last week about that Cocoscope was no more. Cocoscope was going to close as of October 1st. They will be no more. So I was looking around. I looked at Rumble. I looked at a couple of other sites of what to do. I actually even thought about creating my own website. I actually have, I do have a URL. I have a web host. Thanks to somebody here. I have that. I could do my own website, but I don't know if I even want to mess with creating a whole website and uploading all my videos there, and then pain in the butt. So I looked at Odyssey, and Odyssey is. If that's Charles calling you, tell him to come on up.
No,
I was saying, hang on a minute. The 1980s are calling. They want their ringtone back.
Yeah, that's Auburn. You can tell.
Hey, I'm old school.
It's a rotary phone.
So I created an Odyssey account. I started some different channels in amongst on Odyssey. Oh, dang gummit. All right, hold on a second, y'all. I forgot I'm not logged into my Odyssey account on here. No. So I'm going to have to share my hold on a second. I'll have to share. Mm-hmm. I have to share my Firefox. Let me stop sharing that. Share. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go.
Crash your PC.
Yeah. So I created an account on Odyssey, and I started uploading. I've got a few channels. I've got my YouTube is actually backed up to Odyssey. So that's 312 videos because, I'm a superstar. So I got 312 videos. So all of my YouTube is gone to Odyssey to back it up because at any time I could be taken away from here. And then I created a channel just for builds, add-ons, tips and tricks. So I've got all the videos that I've done in the past. I've uploaded those there, as well as leading out to some subscription-based stuff that I have done some tests on and showed people, hey, this is some services that you may want to check on, because a lot of times I get hit up on PMs. So I figured, hey, this is a good way to put those subscription-based items up here, and people can sign up for them and can see the cost and what channels that are offered. So I've got 3 different little channels in amongst on my thing. I will post the link to this Odyssey, and hopefully other people will move to some other platforms. Hopefully you guys follow me over here to Odyssey. It doesn't cost you anything to watch any of my videos. I don't make any money on any videos that you watch.
See, I was about to ask, are you still making YouTube money from this?
No, no, I don't make any money from YouTube. And actually, shut up. So actually, all my YouTube.
That's the thing, right? People use YouTube because it's there and they make some money from it.
Yes.
And everyone thinks it's a lot. It isn't. It really isn't a lot.
It used to be. It used to be a whole lot more. Now, for me, and this is all truthful, most of my content that I upload to YouTube is demonetized immediately. I've gotten to the point where I don't even monetize it anymore, because why monetize it for them to say it's limited or demonetized? Because of the content that I provide. So to me, I never jumped on YouTube to create an income. It was more for giving out the information. So for me, Odyssey, I'm able to put that information out there for people. You can get the information that you want. So I'm going to be able to show you content. We'll see if I stay out of trouble with Odyssey, but that's what my purpose was. I mean, with YouTube was more just to get the content out there. But as you've seen with other content providers that are in my genre, you can follow them on Twitter. They're always getting their videos removed, demonetized. They get strikes because YouTube doesn't want this content on there no more. I mean, because it's not good for their business model. So they're like,
you need to join me on OnlyFans and sell pictures of your hands and make money, because that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, you're paying for my holidays. Pictures of your hands? Wow.
I'm selling pictures of my hands in gloves and pretending I'm a girl and getting loads of money for it. Onlyfans.com/only.
Look at
That's a
this.
joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
That isn't me. If that's a real website, by the way, and that's a real user on there, that ain't me. I am not selling.
I would laugh if there was, Carl.
I'm just about to go and actually have a look in private browsing, of course. I'm just gonna fire up my VPN. and have a
Yeah.
look.
Fire up your VPN. So so if you guys want to follow me, I highly suggest you to go ahead, check me out on Odyssey if you want to watch my content. Some people may find that I'm not uploading a lot to YouTube, and this is why, because I have to be so careful of content that I put on YouTube, because I get either demonetized immediately and or strikes. And so if you get 3 strikes, your channel's gone. So it's not worth the risk to me. It's like I don't need it.
I got one, and I'm going.
You've got all your stuff now from YouTube onto Odyssey.
Yes. So all my stuff.
So basically, now after tonight's show has finished, he'll go onto YouTube, and an hour later, it'll show automatically in Odyssey.
Yes, it will.
Wow.
It will automatically show over there. Yes.
How was it? Is it better for you? You remember? I remember when you were dealing with the other one. It was you had to like upload each one, didn't you? And and
Coco,
and you had to try to. And the sorting, the sorting of it was
you couldn't do playlists on you couldn't do playlists on Cocoscope. One of the benefits that I do like about when I've messed around with Odyssey, if I can click on the right thing here, I do like that I can create playlists within this category. I can have like my add-ons. I can create in amongst this one list, I can create sub-lists or playlists. Right. So that does make it, I feel like it's more organized for some people that may follow me. Cocoscope was, you put it out there, it's out there. There was no sorting. So this is we'll check it out. I know that when I was spoken to Fire TV Sticks, I was talking to her, and she's looking at other platforms, because again, she feels the same heat, even though she's a little bit more careful about what her upload stuff is. Even she's feeling it. I mean, if you go follow Lee TV, or you follow Doc Swiffy, or any of those guys, they're all getting hit with the same issues. And if you follow them on Twitter, you'll see all the time, why are you why'd you flag this video? And YouTube is so quick with we reviewed it and we're done, and we stand by our first thing. And normally it's less than a minute. They look at it in less than a minute. They say, no, we're going to go ahead and stand by the strike or the removing the video. Yeah, we stand by it. I mean, it's instant. So whatever content they're looking for, the flag that they're looking for, they find it. And so with us, we're all kind of dancing about what is that actual flag, because we fall under the dangerous and harmful videos is where this falls under content, and that's the flag we get. So hey, check it out.
That's just silly. Dangerous and harmful.
It is.
Dangerous to who?
That's the category. That is the category. That's the category. So yeah, Gloria, go check me out. I'm sorry, I had to move to Cocoscope is closing up. Yeah, now I have to back up and move again. Yeah, you're gonna have to move. But I do like you don't get the little. Some people complained about Odyssey would have like a little, hey, come check out my channel. Would have it at the bottom. I haven't noticed that with Odyssey. There is a handful of Cody people on Odyssey already. So check it out.
I'm on it myself, and like I said, it is a bit difficult to try and set up.
Yeah, it's the points.
I found it a bit. Yeah, it's hard, the points, and I found it really awkward to actually get my YouTube over, because at one point the whole point of Odyssey was set up by guys that got fed up of Google with their restrictions and their strikes, and they all got together and decided to build this new platform called Odyssey, and they didn't want to give anybody any restrictions yet. If you want to get your YouTube channel over onto there, you've got to have a minimum of 300 subscribers.
Oh,
okay.
If you haven't got that 300 subscribers, you can't get your YouTube channel on there. and it won't import all your stuff off your channel, YouTube. And to me,
so we got to get
to me that was putting a restriction on anybody. And the whole idea of that's been set up was not to restrict anybody.
Is that because you become something? Is that because you get categorized in a different way when you have so many subscribers? So you're just like a starter account with up to 300, and then when you get to 300, you get more, and then suddenly it becomes exposed as an API or call or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I read through it, and they were basically saying you needed a minimum of 300 YouTube subscribers.
How many you got? How many you got?
I've got 390 now.
Oh,
but
okay.
at one point, I only had 259 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, like saying, you've probably seen it where people were saying and pushing it. Let's get DJ's channel up to and above 300, so I could actually get this all set up and pull all my videos instead of being able to sit there and download them off YouTube, then upload them again onto Odyssey, because that's what I would have had to have done, because all my videos are on YouTube. As soon as I put them up on my YouTube channel, that's it. I delete them off my PC because I look at the fact I've got no need for it. It's there. If I want to grab it, I just go to my studio and download it.
Well, at least you got your stuff. I mean, because like for me, I had more than 300, so I was able to. For me, it was a matter of click. I had like 3 clicks, and then it took a while because I had 300 videos, but I didn't have to upload them manually, so that was a plus, and I didn't have to do them one by one. So, again, check it out. Check out my channel.
That's the only downfall that I found, and they don't actually tell you that when you actually sign up and you actually want to synchronize your YouTube channel. It doesn't actually state that you need at least 300 subscribers. It'd be great if they actually did that. Because, like I say, then I ended up, once I got the 300 subscribers, I tried to do it again to sync it, and it wouldn't do it. It just kept on saying failed. So I had to send them an email in the end and say what's going on. And they actually sorted it out their end.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
so they were pretty quick at sorting it out as well.
So what are you DJ themes on here?
Yeah, it should be DJ themes.
Okay.
Hold on, let me do it. Oh,
it should be at
here. No, there you are.
Yeah, that's it.
Because the first one's the video I did on your thing. So that, and then I'll hit follow, because the one thing about with Odyssey, there's a point system, and when you first start with point systems, you get very few points, and it costs you points to upload. And I don't really worry about. I can't tell you how that works about you, because you can put a certain value to a video, and I don't know what that all means. But I had to ask my channel to people to click on it and actually go to my Odyssey and said, help me out. And now I'm up to 200 points so that I can actually upload content without an issue, because there at the beginning, they only give you like 0.1 or 0.16 or something. It was like some small amount that they give you to upload at the beginning. So that's the issue with the point system.
It is a bit strange, the point system. So, I've read into it, and it's still I still don't understand it. So
so the main thing is follow the people that I added DJ.
I'm just going to put my link to Odyssey in the chat, Todd.
Yep. And look at here. I've scored 20 followers. So I'm up to 20 followers. So there's actually another point. There's a point system that I'm going to be given. Like, so if I go to rewards, they have rewards for different things. So my invites. So I think if I click that, I claimed 48 credits for rewards. So I'll click to correct, and I earned. So now I'm up to 250 points just because of people that. So I thank you for following me, joining on this, because that is the key to this part of it, is that you have to have followers. You have to have people follow you, because if you don't, you can't upload but so much unless you watch a ton of videos. Now you can get credits from watching videos, but that is a pain in the butt to it. So thanks
Hey,
you guys.
you got 28 followers. You have the butcher.
Yeah. I'm slowly moving my way up.
Well, you might have 29 because I just clicked on you.
All right, thank you. So yeah, check out my Odyssey, and I will be putting the content that I can't put on YouTube. That's where I'm gonna put the content. I'm gonna put the content that was going to Cocoscope is now gonna go to Odyssey, and we'll see what happens with that.
Let's just see whether it'll stick your link in the chat for Odyssey.
Okay. Yeah, DJ. Yeah, you got it. I see it. Oh no, that's yours. Okay.
I'll put mine, then it's yours. Yours should be afterwards.
Okay. So I was going to mention on this. So Turks moved to 1.0.8 with an APK. If you go back to my video. I'm sure it's on. I think I uploaded it to Odyssey. It was on Cocoscope for his Kodi add-on. It's the same website. You can get the APK. You can get the APK. You're not going to be flagged by the Google Play Store anymore. One of the benefits, and I haven't done a video for the APK yet, it has IPTV quality channels on. There's a certain section now that you have to get a QR code, and you're able to use your phone and pull the QR code from your TV on your phone, pulls up a browser, pulls up that website. You hit the code, type the code in, you get 3 hours. I will say that the on my test for those live channels, very, very good. They're not just some M3U that he found here or there. They're quality channels. He's got have entertainment channels, and he's got sports channels, and they are their own sections in the APK. And again, I think that having the QR code that you're able to pull up on your phone, pull it up, and then it pulls to the website is a really good idea. No remembering the URL. It goes to it automatically. So check that. Thank you, DJ. So definitely check that out. So if your guys are fans of needing free content, I don't want Debrid, this and this and this, definitely check out Turks. It's I want to say it's media.apps, I think. Let me see here. Let me see if I got it in my I don't have it in my bookmarks. Media.
Yeah. I've even tweeted it for you now, Tad.
Ah, look at you. See, look at O'Neill's out of the mix for all this stuff.
I haven't done YouTube videos in forever. Years ago now.
You remember old Turks though.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
Yeah, I remember. This is let me see if I can grab the URL.
I see lots of new people, which is great because it makes me think that people are actually doing stuff again, which is always good. But then it makes me go, oh, but I miss the old days. I miss all these old things. Where are all these old people gone?
I'm about it.
Bring back, like, I'm going to say this guy's name.
Yeah.
Bring back Hackermill. Let's have some drama. Let's bring back Hackermill and be like him thinking he was the biggest thing going on Mashup.
Oh, Hackermill.
He was funny.
Well, there was a lot of drama back then.
I know, it was funny, wasn't it?
There was a lot of people with a lot of egos. I do think that I do miss the days of, remember when a lot of add-ons linked to one particular website, Ice Films, or they would link to one website, whereas then scrapers came along and it became a whole another beast. But it used to be you would link to one website, 123 Films, or what was it, 123 Movies, or Movies 123?
Movies 123, 123 Movies. Then there was Solar Movies, Movril.
But you would link a lot of
Ice-
add-ons back
Ice
then.
Films.
Ice Films. They would link to one website
Yeah.
back in the day. You know, so yeah, there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of arguing about crazy shit back then. I don't miss it because I really like it when I go to some chats and it's like quiet. It's like I guess everything's working. I don't see a bunch of issues. So thanks for everyone joining. I see a bunch of people. Diana, Gail, thank you guys for following me on Odyssey. And again, I will try to upload. I've got a couple videos that I planned on doing. I just haven't done them yet, but I hope to get those knocked out. Maybe maybe this weekend. I got to work tomorrow. We'll see what Sunday holds. Friday today kind of fell on. Yeah, I'm still working. I'm working until the 27th. 27th is my last day of work, and then I'm off, and I'll be moving. So
I'm just currently trying to hire a car at the moment, and it is difficult. I need to hire a car in Denmark. I'm flying to Denmark next week.
No.
I'm going out to Denmark. I'm looking forward to it. But to hire a car, it's like, oh, you need this, and oh, you don't live here. Pay more. Pay more.
Yeah, pay more. We don't trust you.
We don't trust you. Pay more. It's not me that you need to trust. It's everyone else. I'm a fantastic driver. It's everyone else that's shit.
Let's see. I see that you had a comment that you grabbed over here, Alban.
Yeah.
Elthros, he mentioned in here, what is Orion and is that the same as a Debrid service? No. What Orion is it's a way, it's a service outside of Debrid, premiumized, all Debrid, any of those kind of services. And what they do is they cache results from scraper add-ons. Now, some of this I may be a little bit off, but I messed around with it for about 2 days and decided I didn't need it. So there's probably somebody going to pick apart something that I'm saying incorrectly on this. But from my understanding when I messed with it was that what it does is it gathers or caches the results from people that are searching for certain content. It caches those results. So let's say the three of them on the panel searched for Suicide Squad and they have Orion installed. They all search for Suicide Squad. So it has a database of 3 searches for Suicide Squad. So when I say I want to watch Suicide Squad, the results are going to be boom, quick, because it's like we already had those results. These guys just looked for it within the last half hour. These are your results. So your scraper part is a lot quicker. Now, that does not get you the content. It is the scraper part of it. The content actually, if it needs a premiumized or it needs Debrid or all Debrid or whatever, if it needs a Debrid service to play, you've still got to have that Debrid service for it to play. It's just caching the results for other people's searches. So it can speed up and give you more results. Because we know that some scraper add-ons work better than others. So your scraper results may be bigger and quicker, but it may not necessarily it won't give you the final link if you don't have a service to play that link. Does that make sense, Alban?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So yeah. So that's what Orion. I tried it. It's cheap. You pay for a certain number of searches, like certain number of results. So you're paying for that. And it's not expensive, but after I messed around with it for a couple of days, I was like, I don't really need it. I mean, I can wait 10 seconds for a result from a scraper. I to be honest, I can wait 10 seconds.
Why pay for something that the scraper's giving you?
Yeah. I mean, you just have to wait a few extra seconds for the scraper to do its job. Orion gives it to you quicker. So it's like, you get moved to the front of the line, but you still, I mean, I don't know. To me, to pay for that few extra seconds, some people think that's important. And if you think that's important, fine. Orion might be an awesome thing for you to have. I just, for me, I didn't find it to be a financial plus for me. I'm thinking, I can live without it. Yeah. But I do know that a lot of people use it. And it does give you it did give me better results. Like say if I looked for a movie, instead of getting 300 results, I got 400. well, do I need 400 results? Because I probably can find what I want in 50.
You can find what you want in the first 10.
usually.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what Orion is. So it is not a Debrid service. So it is something different. If you're going to do it, you got to actually sign up for both. In the way that I came up, I'm looking to see if there was any. We kind of touched on the VPN recommended. I saw that Eric asked which VPN we would suggest. I mean, I don't tend to give out. Oops, wrong one. How about this one? Eric asked, and you guys on the panel, any recommendations for a VPN that you guys would recommend?
I don't know what I would recommend.
I don't really recommend any of them. It's like I say, it's down to everybody's personal preference.
Yeah.
What they want to use it for.
Yeah, the one that I use might not suit what other people use it for. I do have private internet access. I do have CyberGhost, and I do have Surfshark. I have all three of them.
I don't use a big, massive company for mine. Mine's just a little company called Unblocker.
And that's still around?
Yeah, it's still around.
I used to use that as a DNS.
Yes, he still does that. He still does that, Carl.
Wow, that's going back some years.
He still uses the DNS, but he's actually got VPN. And like you say, I'm sure I pay £35 for the year. So
when picking a VPN, like you said earlier, DJ, look at the reviews. Don't always take the first review that you see as gospel. Look into the reviews that you've got. Ask who's using them. Ask your friends if they're using them. You can get a month or a trial account very simply. You still have to put a credit card in for a trial, but you get like a 7-day or a 14-day trial. Try it and then go and do a test. So do 2 tests. First thing is, can you access the content that you want to access? Yes or no? Well, if it's no, then it's not working. Turn it off. Get something else. If yes, you can see the content that you want to see that you couldn't see without a VPN, then that's great. Second test, go and do a speed test. Go speedtest.net or fast.com. Run a speed test whilst you're on your VPN and see how fast it is. If you're paying for a 500 megabit connection from your local ISP, but you get a connection that's only giving you 50 meg on your VPN, then you're getting speed degradation. I wouldn't recommend that VPN because when more people are coming online, it's going to slow that speed down. Look around, try different VPNs and see which one you like and see which one works better for you. We're technical people. We listen to things that are going on out there in the world and we read articles and we follow up on things. The majority of the stuff that we see doesn't always impact the general consumer. The people that are sitting at home and they just want to access Netflix in America doesn't genuinely impact you. What we talk about and what we go on about is just what we're reading, what we're seeing, and we're giving you the information. It's down to you, the consumer, to make your decision based on what you want to use it for, how you want to use it, how often you want to use it, and how much money you want to spend. We can't make that decision for you. If you want to spend £100, spend £100. You want to spend nothing, don't spend anything. But there are pros and cons to every VPN service out there. You will either lose speed, you will either gain speed. You can't gain speed. You'll either lose speed or you'll have the same speed. You'll either pay more for it or pay less for it. It may get busy. So at certain times of day, it might be busy. You might not be able to access the stuff that you want to be able to access. You may find that you have to install a specific browser extension. I wouldn't use that one, but it's entirely up to you. You are the consumer. You do what you want to do, and you do what you think is right for your livelihood and your worth and what your time is worth. That's what I'm going to say.
One of the things also you guys keep in mind, and this is only my little part of this. Almost every one of those VPNs offer you a 7-day or 10-day or whatever free trial. So you can sign up for a service, or you can even, if you really wanted to do your research, say, you know what, I got some time in the next few days, I'm going to test my ass off. You could sign up for numerous services and test them one after another. And I mean, you're going and testing real time right now. So, you know, hey, Express, I got this speed. Nord, I got this speed. Proton, I got this speed. One right after another. But then go through and please go through and cancel the one you're not going to use. Don't keep them all, but try them and say, and most of them give a certain number of days that you can try it for free, cancel, no fee paid. So, you know, if you got time, you might say these 3, I'm not sure which one of these 3s I want. Sign up to all 3, but just go through and check them immediately and then cancel the one that you're not going to use.
And if you use something like Honey, you'll get a coupon. You might find a discount card somewhere. In the UK, we use Hot UK Deals. That tells us if there's like a good deal coming up on a VPN provider. You might get 2 years for the price of 1 or something like that. I'm sure that the similar service exists in America and the other countries. Just have a look around. But if you're going to do a trial, make sure you cancel it, like your gym membership. Go to the gym, fatty, or cancel your gym membership.
It's the old-fashioned scenario, isn't it? What is the best VPN? It goes back to what is the best Kodi build. It's the same scenario. Go out there, try them, see which one's the best for you.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, no one's better than anybody else. They're all out there for you to try. And like you say, they will give you 7 days or a 10-day or 14-day trial. It's same as a Kodi build. You can try that as long as you like. And it's free. Nobody charges you for a build. It's free. You can try as many as you like. Pick the one that you like, visually or add-on wise. Just pick it with the right services and the right content that you're going to use that meets your means.
Yeah. And I mean, we've posted a few review sites. In the show details, I will post the what was it? The website, the Perfection Restore Privacy. I will put Restore Privacy link in the show details. I will also put that other one, that Tech Lore. I will put that in there. Any of the other links I will also put in there. So if you guys want to look at what link I talked about on the show, you can look for yourself and decide which one of those works. And again, like I said, you got to try them out and see which one's working. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Alvin.
No, I was just saying the Restore Privacy.
I was going to say, it's been that long since O'Neill's been on the show. Look, he's gone grey.
Yeah, look at that.
I've been grey for years, man.
Holy shit. And look he's got a tan too. He's been going to the beach or something. Look at me, white as hell.
That's the sunshine shining through his office window in the back garden.
It's just the light. I was going to say that's just the light, man. He's
got better lighting he's definitely got better lighting than me. I'm just using the lighting from my window. Albin's he's all smoked up. He looks like he's been smoking.
Oh yeah. Yes, man. Can you drink it? No.
Hey, there was
one of the very simplest ways to say which is the best VPN is easy. What drink are you drinking right now?
Oh, this is the black cherry hard cider.
Not everyone's going to like that.
No,
but you like it.
Well, I like it for today.
Some people like wine, some people like red wine, some people like rosé, some people like Malbec. They like this, they like that. It's the same thing. Just try them, see which one you like.
There was this thing Alban found for us. Toshiba unveils massive hard drives for your PC or NAS. You know that Alban had to get excited. 18 terabyte hard drives right here. So get some big boys coming out. So, and hopefully we're coming to the end of that shortage on hard drives. Is that I didn't see a price
We are
tag.
getting there, but we are getting there.
I didn't see a
drives are
price
coming
tag.
down.
Was there a?
I didn't see a price tag, but when I went to the store the other day and I saw a 12 for $350. So I know that they're coming down. You know. Yeah, I know. I know, but they're coming down. Hey, a month ago they were 500. You know.
I know, but that's
we can buy them. Cheapest I can buy one is 405 pounds.
It's
For
still a
Geo
lot.
9.
It's still a lot for a mechanical drive, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's high.
If it was an SSD, yeah, I'd understand. But for a mechanical drive, it's still a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
But they're tailored at NAS drives, though, aren't they? So they're good for backups and for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
One of the other topics I wanted to make sure to throw out here that I saw was Plex. If you're a Plex user, and so Alban has not had a chance to say it very many times today.
No, I didn't.
So Plex is 20% off. So for your lifetime Plex Pass. So for us folks that are Plex users, you're able to save 20%. It's $96 for a lifetime subscription to Plex Pass. And I bought mine years and years ago. I think I bought it when it was on sale for $70. So that's how long I've had it. But
wow.
Yeah, it's out there. You can use the code Plex like a pro at checkout, and you'll be able to get it for $96. So if you're a person that likes Plex, this is one of those places or times where you're able to save a few bucks. And it does have some extra features for Plex Pass. It does have extra features. Some people don't find those features useful. I like it.
I do. I like it too.
I mean, I do like the mobile, because I have to pay. If you're going to use it on your phone, you got to pay for Plex.
Your music.
Well, guess what? Yeah, I get it.
Pay for your shows. It's the music you have to pay for.
So yeah,
just posted the UK equivalent link. So UK users, $75.99 for a Plex lifetime.
Nice.
Pass.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So just posted the link in the live chat for anyone in the UK who wants to buy it. So save 20%. Rock on.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you. So we got
and immediately the first comment on Hot UK Deals is sub £50 if you sent your region to Argentina. So hey, you're saving more money.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll go ahead and start to roll out of here. So go ahead, Alban.
Wait, we have UFC tomorrow night.
UFC. Thank you. Yeah, I
UFC
actually had it down here.
Okay. UFC tomorrow night is Anthony Smith against Ryan Spann at 7 p.m. Eastern time. The prelims start at 4:00 p.m.
So that would be on That's an ESPN thing then.
Yes, I believe so.
An ESPN. That's going to be an ESPN. If it's a 7:00 main card, so that's midnight for you, O'Neill. That's always going to be an ESPN thing. It's not going to be a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's an ESPN Plus.
So hey, got something for people to watch this weekend?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll start rolling out here. It's Mint says I love Plex Amp. That is one of the features. Plex Amp. I messed around with Plex Amp a little bit. I'm not completely sold on it quite yet, but I thought
it's pretty neat. It'll even you can even make up your playlists on the go with it. That's what I like about it.
Alban.
Yeah.
Look at Robert. Look at what Robert wrote. This is right in our. This is something we both of us know about that one. But I'm a little young on it. But Mad Dog 2020. Remember some Mad Dog?
I think so.
What?
It was all the various different colors. It looked like Skittles lined up in a like a vodka style.
Yeah.
Oh, Mad Dog. That was like that rock gut damn cheap ass wine because we used to sell it. Yeah, well, Mad Dog, that brought out some people. The Mad Dog. Well, when I worked at a store, we sold Mad Dog. It brought out the Rich's Irish Rose and the Mad Doggers. They were a special breed of folks that would come in looking for that. So yeah, we'll have to got that going on. The only other thing that hopefully we're done talking about the IPTV in my chat.
Yeah.
My group, I think we've showed everybody on that. So again, check out my video. I have all the information. Oh my gosh, what, Carl? What? Oh, you put
that's how I can't put an image in there, but that's RMD 2020 in the UK. I hope that's the same as what you had.
I don't think so.
Probably, because like you say,
we had 2020. We had
hey, put all right. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you what Mad Dog 2020 looked like in the States.
That was loopy juice. That MD 2020.
Yeah, it was like you used to drink that. And you had White Lightning. 3 liters for like £1. You used to go down the park when you were 15 and drink Case cider and like.
Okay, yeah, well,
yeah.
That's the alcoholic drink, White Lightning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? That's a drink made around here.
All
right, so when I was a kid, you didn't have all these damn colors. Hold on, let me share this. We didn't have when I was younger.
Just bear in mind that you're not that much older than us.
But did you guys have all them? We had one. We had the grape wine flavor. Yeah. That was it. This grape wine was the only flavor.
Now click on the link I sent. That's the colors we had as well.
I know, but I've got it. I'm showing it right here, right?
No, that's not the colors we had. We had like psychedelic colors as well.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, completely different.
Like seriously, click on that link I posted. The Wikimedia upload.
I can't.
What was the other one? Aftershock.
Hold on.
I put it in the private chat for you.
Hold on. I clicked it. I found it. Okay, so it's somewhat the same.
It's like full of E numbers. Aftershock was amazing. Doolies as well.
Yeah.
You can buy a keg of Fireball now for $80, and it's like got 100 shots in it. Look at that, man.
That's it.
Okay, well, those back in the day.
We used to grab that from the local corner shop, then hit the town centre after drinking a bottle of it.
Literally hit the town centre because you'd fall on your face the minute you drunk it. That stuff was Case cider, hooch.
I'm sorry, we've degraded to talking about being drunk. So, Mandy says, "I saw that Fireball cake.
Oh god,
I can't do that. I can't. I've tried the Fireball, but it's been so long ago. No, I'm not doing it anymore. I did it too many times, and now I'm done with it." Mad Dog was good for getting drunk and removing rust on bolts.
Like WD-40.
Oh my gosh, some good stuff. Alban, anything you want to say before we go, bud?
No, that's it. Thanks for everyone coming out. It was a great show this week. Hopefully, we'll see you guys next week. And don't forget, on Wednesday we have the Player Pass. Yeah, the movie is what is his name?
Protege. The Protege.
With Maggie Q and
it's a good movie.
Yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
And the guy that was in Batman.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yeah,
Michael Keaton.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, he doesn't do that voice in it, but yeah. So yeah,
I don't know. That's the movie. I just find Michael Keaton a bit of a strange sort of like actor. He should have just stayed with what was the most famous one he done?
Batman.
Beetlejuice. He should have stayed at just doing Beetlejuice. He just seems that sort of like actor that he don't sort of like fit in any other role that he actually does.
He did Birdman. Was it Birdman?
Yes,
That movie sucked.
Yeah,
I never saw it.
Sucked.
He's just done another movie called. Is it Worth?
Yeah, Worth was great. Worth was really good.
Yeah,
it was good. It was.
you're talking to the man who's seen every movie. This man is on movies, so yeah.
Not according to some other people that are out there.
No, you do pick some shitty movies sometimes. So all right, DJ.
I didn't pick it.
Hey, be quiet. All right, DJ, anything you want to say before we go? Because we're losing Gloria. Because Gloria said useful information until 2 minutes ago. We started talking about Mad Dog.
No. Just thanks for having us on, Todd. And great panel. Nice to see Carl again great seeing Auburn. And thanks for everybody in the chat for jumping on and watching the show.
O'Neill.
Hello.
Anything you want to say before we head out of here?
Look, thanks for having me on. I appreciate you reaching out. Obviously, I've been very busy recently, so apologies to anyone that does try and talk to me and I ignore you. It's not purpose. I'm just really busy, and I'm so sorry. Life has taken over. Job, life, 2 kids. My son is 3. My son is 3 tomorrow. 3 years old. I remember making that one 3.5 years ago. And here he is. But yeah, so life has just been busy. But thank you very much to everyone out there that has checked in on me and everything. The only final thing that I would always finish up on with is, it's okay to not be okay. If you're having any sort of deep and dark or meaningful thoughts, reach out to someone, have a chat with them. Male suicide is on its up. We need to bring that down. Just reach out to your local helplines and have a chat with someone. You're not on your own and you're not struggling alone.
Yep. You're not going through something that somebody else hasn't done. So, and I will give out props to O'Neill. If you're looking for a hosting site, antisocial.com.
Antisocialhosting.com.
Hosting.com. Thank you.
Antisocialhosting.com. We are 5 years old. We are doing phenomenally well. Thank you to everyone that has supported us. We don't just do add-on hosting. We do hosting for websites, blogs, WordPress, everything that you need. We have a growing team behind us. We're just human. We have occasions where we fail and we fix it very quickly, but it was created because we are people that enjoy giving you something that and understanding what you want to do and being able to help you. And you can reach out to us and ask us for help. You don't have to go through difficult telephone prompts. Speak to someone that doesn't give a shit. I care.
Yeah.
Just don't ring me at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I will tell you to go away.
I'd just like to add that. I'd just like to add to that and just like say, excuse me, awesome service, Antisocial is awesome, great platform. If anybody wants a good service, reliable service as well, technical support is to none. Like I say, you can always message O'Neill in Telegram. Yeah, it might take him a couple of hours to get back, maybe half a day.
If you use the support system, you get a response almost instantly during the UK time, because I have a team of people that help me, that just want to learn from me, because despite all my ramblings, I do know things and they want to learn from me and they just help.
Like I was going to say, that if you do send him a private message, he will always get back to you. Just be patient. He will always get back. He always does get back.
We are as good as the people that recommend us, and so I genuinely do thank those that trust us to give you the service, and I trust every recommendation that someone gives for us. We are 2-3 people that just want to give good hosting where we can. Sometimes we can't always host the platform that you want. You have become too successful, and sometimes we can't sustain what you want to do, and so you may have to go to another provider, but we will always help you and always work with you. So thank you very much, everyone.
I've been with you, 3.5 years?
That's the wrong URL, Todd.
I've
That's the
been
wrong URL. That's the URL to
Oh,
my billing
oop.
platform. Just remove the customer bit and just send them to the normal website and let them deal with it. It does everything that they need to do.
Hold on.
I've been with
Oops.
you for three and
I
a
was
half,
trying to
Yeah,
grab.
I think you've been with me. What you've been with the company now? Three years. I think
3
you've been with
years.
us.
3 years.
Um,
I've only had one issue in those 3 years. Messaged you, raised a ticket, and an hour later it's been fixed.
Yeah.
And I've had an email saying everything has all been sorted, and it's been great. So, highly recommend the service.
Thank
So
you very much.
If
I
anybody's
appreciate
looking for a good platform to stick a repo, a wizard, anything like that.
Well, or even just the thing about you don't have to worry about even having a big add-on or this that.
No.
It is nice to sometimes have cloud storage
Yes.
that you can put. There's content up like so. Let's say that you're the techie person in your family, and you want someplace to put your APKs or your zip files to make it easier for you to help your family members. You can set that up, and you can upload those APKs. Use Downloader. Direct it right to that, downloads the APK, then your family member has that exact content without you. You don't have to have a website. It's not a real website. It's easy. So sometimes you just want to be able to put the cloud service or the cloud storage. Again, you can go for it's a few pounds a month on up, depending on the size. So yeah, thank you. Definitely a service, and I want to thank. I've been with O'Neill for forever too, so thanks to him and his team for when I've had issues, and I'm kind of a newbie on certain aspects of this. I'll be like, I don't know.
I've unofficially, I've never really said it officially, but you and the guys in Bob were the catalyst to me creating Antisocial Hosted, because you entrusted me to power Bob. And obviously, I received massive feedback from the guy that was involved at the time that we're not going to name, but he gave me some amazing, credible feedback. Realized that I actually do know what I'm talking about, and I was on holiday in Tenerife, and I think we was just messaging back and forth in that group, that Telegram group that existed between us, and I just went, guys, I've just created my own business. Here is Antisocial Hosting. Thank you. So officially, you guys in Bob, yourself, Blue, ARB, Kira,
Griff,
Griff. I can't forget Griff because he'll kill me. The other developer that we don't want to talk about. We don't mention his name. You guys were the catalyst to me starting Antisocial Hosting, and I'm not here to sell the service, because I don't. I use it, and I would never sell it to anyone. I'd always tell them, just use what you think is right. But I will always take praise, and I will always take compliments. Not always good, because I get quite shy about it, but I just do the best I can, and we do the best we can. And DJ, thank you very much for everything that you've said to other people in the past. Dab's the same.
Hey, you don't have to thank me. You don't have to thank me. Your service does it. Your service
kind of just feel like I'm getting
your service does it, and it's like you say, it's not an expensive service. It's really competitive price, and I'm sure you have different types of service at a different price. But what I pay for,
this space is the change. And if you exceed shared hosting, then you have dedicated, and I do have a number of people that have dedicated, and I look after it for them, and I make it fast, and I keep track of it, and it's just whatever you need. I'm just there to help.
If I'm on dedicated or shared, I've never had a problem. So it's only one occasion. Then
you're on shared.
So
it doesn't
make no difference. It's fast enough for mine. So
Back in the day, Bob put him through. He learned through being in the fire. So thanks for him being on here. Awesome to have some technical advice and thoughts on this topic today about VPNs. And again, we aren't just bad mouthing the VPNs that were part of the KAPE technologies. Hey, you know what? Maybe that VPN works for you. But I felt after reading the article, I felt like this was a topic that we needed to talk about. People need to be aware of it. Be it that if you're comfortable with it, then you're comfortable with it. But if you're a person that looks at that and you're like, I'm not comfortable putting my trust in those folks, you need to know. So I thought it was a great topic. Thank you, Nature Man, for posting that in Streaming Matters group. I will put this link over in the Streaming Matters group for the after show. So whoever joins, they can join to do the after show where we just BS and we're not online here anymore. So thanks for everyone joining. DJ, thank you for joining us. It's always nice to see you.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me on, Todd.
Alban, thank you for always co-hosting with me since Blue has left me, and I hadn't even got. I've been looking for a message. Not one message. Not one message saying, "Babe, I'm busy." No, she started working on some wood projects around the house, painting and staining. Oh, I'm forgot. Whatever.
Well,
So
hey.
thank. Yeah.
This
so,
is a sign of the things to come.
yeah, I haven't even moved there yet.
Well, that's why she's doing it. She's getting things ready for you. There. Getting it all ready for you.
Yeah.
She's posting on social media all the nice things. What she hasn't shown him is all the things that we can't see for when he does get there.
Yeah.
And moving on. Oh, Neil, thank you for joining the show today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you. And I understand you taking care of your family stuff. Hey, that stuff, it goes by so fast. Being a person that has what's a 27 and 25, or I can't remember. I mean, I got 2 kids that are plenty old. That time goes by quick. Enjoy it.
5 and 3. 3 tomorrow. Well, 3 now actually. 9 minutes. 3.
Get in there and wake her up.
Yeah.
Or no, him.
No,
Yeah, wake him up.
Ethan,
yeah, wake him up. I was thinking.
Not
Yeah, when you said 3, and I remembered it was Ethan's younger one. So yeah, go wake him up. Say happy birthday. So thanks for everyone joining us. We will have the Wednesday show, which will be Protege. So be sure to watch that so you can talk to us on that. Check me out on Odyssey or check me out on Telegram, and I'll do my best to post any of the URLs and let me know what you think. And we'll see you guys on the next one for because Streaming Matters